At that. The planet Baldus. Spontaneous areas of growth have emerged. Could this be civilization returning to the bald planet? Yeah, good morning, everyone. It is Monday. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to wake up, pop in on y'all because I will not be here in this parking lot. I love this guy just pulled up. My car could eat his car. And I'm not going to fault him too much because it is a BMW, but we're talking one of the BMWs that's so small, I probably couldn't even put my foot in it, let alone my big toe, okay? But he's got bass speakers. I've been watching ghost hunt shows, can you tell? I was about to say bass spookers. He's got bass speakers in there. Because one of the sayings on one of the shows is stay spooky. And I'm like, I love watching those shows. I'll go over that in another video. But, yeah, he pulls up and literally he's rattling my car. But I think it's because my fog lights and my lamps go right into his windshield. I'm like, because his car is that small. My car can make a light snack of his car, I think. But, oh, well. Oh, okay, I've never met Jenna Redgrave. Or Gemma, sorry, Redgrave. You threw me off. I've never met Anita Dobson, but I have to say, hey, you did a great job with what you were given. Your husband is one of the greatest rock legends of all time. And I'm spitting like, for Gallifrey. No, see. For victory. But Paul McGann I have met. And same thing with Peter Davison. Both very kind fellows. I was really pissed off that a lot of people went off on Peter because, he gave his opinion about the whole Jody thing and all that, and people harped on him. And so that's the problem. It was going both ways back then, and the crazy things. Yeah, I've never met Gemma in person. I'd love to. Like I said, I only go to one convention, as far as Who-wise every year. Anymore. Like I said, there were a couple other conventions in the area that would have stars at them and all that, but like I said, one they turned into, it's like getting into Stalag 13, except people can actually escape from Stalag 13 if you've seen Hogan's Heroes. Whereas, I'm not kidding, I'm sorry, when it's gotten to the point in America where you have to be scanned, go through a freaking x-ray metal scanner just to go to a convention, we're in trouble. The fact that everyday people get felt up and then run through a body scanner to go on an airplane, we're in trouble. The fact that you have to have a special license now, a special driver's license to fly into the continental United States, we're in trouble. And that's all I'm saying on that. Let's get back to the sci-fi stuff. Are negotiations underway? We don't know. And anybody who's telling you they know what's going on is full of shit. Just like all these guys who are running around saying Shooty was fired. The guys who are saying Disney's pulled out. We have no confirmation that Disney's pulled out. Disney hasn't announced anything. The BBC haven't announced anything. And then that's what I'll believe it. Gemma did not to try the spin-off. What? I don't get what you're saying there. All right, she did not say to try it, you mean? Or... Oh, wait. Let's get serious. What's superior beef jerky? What's the superior beef jerky flavor? I prefer teriyaki myself, but I don't eat as much beef jerky as I used to. Okay. But yeah, you've got the Rotten Canal and a bunch of these other guys claiming, the Disney's already pulled out, that Shooty was fired, and because Shooty left, now they're all declaiming themselves the high grand prophets, El Grand Poobahs, Nostradamuses of the century. Okay, Gemma tried not to spoil the new spinoff. Okay, all right. But it's like, yeah, you're sitting there, you know what stuff's going on. Now, apparently I'm being told that this new type of alien, the humanoid one, is not a sea devil. So I'm not going to panic anyway. Either way, I'm going to watch it, see what it does before I completely and utter destroy it. I have to see if it's any good. Because I like Russell Tovey as an actor. I like, so I'm going to give his character a shot and all that because he's pretty good at anything. I prefer Cooter to smell like a Marlboro and a Takis. Oh, you're talking about Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard? Okay. Because we don't talk about the other kind here. YouTube would get offended. All right. I don't know. I love it when they come in here, though, because they're upping my channel circulation. See, they don't realize that when they come in and do this stuff. That they're just saying, wow, look at the circulation on that. Me, I don't care, because, like I said, when I sat down and think about it, this channel could be well past 10,000 subscribers by now, but I don't pay money to YouTube. And it's one of the reasons why my videos don't get shot up there. And the funny part is, I've had videos that get tens of thousands of views for reasons I don't know why. Like, people thought the time we reviewed I think it was Village of the Damned, people thought it was going to be the movie. And people were bitching in the comments, this is just a bunch of old men reviewing it. It's like, no, duh, that's what it's... But thanks for coming in, for you folks who are new. I'm telling you the truth here. As far as I know, nobody knows anything about what's going on with Doctor Who right now. All we know is, this is what I was told, there's not been a recommission, but there's not been a decommission. As in, the BBC hasn't commissioned another series, but no, the BBC have not scrapped it yet either. Also, there's been no decision from Disney as yet. And as I've said, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be the least bit if they sit back and wait until the plus 28s come in. You see, a lot of these, all right, I hate to use this word, but it's so descriptive, morons seem to think that the overnight numbers in the great UK mean jack diddly shit anymore. They don't. The numbers that matter are the streaming figures. That's it. Doctor Who could get like less than Class did on the overnights on the BBC. And it would still matter how well did it stream. And it streamed like really well. Well, then we're keeping it. Also, not to mention, Doctor Who is one of their only major cash cows. So what's going on with it? We don't know. It could be the show is going to be given a temporary rest, which is what these guys have been demanding. And at the same time, okay, fine. There'll be one less thing for them to bitch about. They'll simply just go find another series to bitch about. It's like, seems like that's all they do. I'm not kidding. Go to some of these channels. Try to find a positive review on some of them. You'd be better off finding a needle in a haystack on a planet full of hay. It's just, they don't exist hardly. Because nothing's going to satisfy them. The main reason a lot of these bigger channels make a lot of bigger numbers is because of the simple fact it falls down to one of the greatest human laws, and it comprises of 3 words: misery loves company. Now, they'll start oh yeah, that's right, yeah, they'll do at least about a year of videos claiming about how they told the truth, they knew it all from the beginning, blah, blah, they called it, breaking their arms, patting themselves on the back, and blah, blah. I'm just loving the astounding fact that all these so-called guys are getting walk-ons onto the TARDIS set now, and I'm like, really? Because no one else is going to get that if the show goes down, because we don't have a Doctor Who experience anymore. And if the show does not get passed on, that Bad Wolf can't keep that big-ass studio sitting there empty. What makes them so superior that they deserve these things? You see, that's what... Well, then again, I'm not going to go into that because then I'll sound like a dick, but that's another thing, yeah. That's why I almost fell over laughing when Jody popped up. I thought it was going to be the other guy. He keeps popping up everywhere. And that's another reason why I fully disagreed with the bi-generation, because we've already got one other version of the Tenant Doctor running around in another dimension. You got the Metacrisis Doctor. Now you got the 15th Doctor running around, I'm going to rest here with the nobles because I don't have family elsewhere, like my granddaughter I haven't seen in how many years. And in a way, I'm glad that ending that they had for the finale did not make it. Because from what I'm hearing more and more, that was the truth. It was going to end turning out that Poppy is, Susan's mom. And I really damn near jumped out of my seat earlier in the season. I may have, I may not have yet met my wife yet or whatever. I'm like, no, you're not doing that. Well, yeah, that's another thing. All of a sudden, we had to write in there that, Belinda Chandra had a kid and the kid's Poppy and blah, blah, blah. And she was just trying to get back to Poppy. Once again, no payoff, just like they did with Ruby Sunday. And like I said, I'm not even going to go back into that because I'm not going to waste any more energy ranting about how shit that the finale was. Both his finales for the last 2 years have not been up to par. Well, the problem is, even if they do set tours, it's not like I'm flying to Great Britain anytime soon. Yeah, the whole Poppy thing I agree with you, made zero sense. It's right up there with Mel riding her scooter into the control room of Unit, which is on what floor of that building, which means she rode her scooter into the lobby, into the elevator, went up the elevator how many floors, and then rode out to make this big dramatic entrance on a scooter. Why? But, ugh. Well, yeah, I hate to agree with you, but yeah, RTD, it's obvious. He was still burned out. Going down the supernatural route was so stupid. I'm like, oh God, it was utter nonsense. For now, we're going to turn old villains into actual gods. And like I said, some of the episodes, there were a lot of great, strong episodes I did enjoy. But the whole premise of 74 yards is built on, you broke a fairy circle. And you got to be in an alternate timeline so we could do a Dr. Light episode. And the TARDIS just quit working and blah, 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 and this and that. And whereas, like I said, in Turn Left, you had a perfectly explanation for that. And it just seemed like it was kind of, in a way, a rehash of Turn Left. And like I said, Space Babies was okay as a one-off. Is it 73 or 74? I don't give a shit. Either way, it sucked ass. I don't like it. If you liked it, that's okay. Fine. I didn't. Oh, yeah, and I'm loving how putting a pair of glasses and a wig on Millie, now she's 40. Yeah, that worked. Meanwhile, you spent how much on makeup and other episodes for other characters? Yeah, Reality War, as you know, you folks who watch this channel, it was a complete and utter disappointment. I don't think I've ever rated a finale that low. I think I gave it a 3, if I remember correctly. I gave it a Jeep Wave. I gave it a 3. And like I said, it was just, the end of last season was disappointing. They screwed up Sutek, and then this time it was a twofer. He screwed up the Ronnie, and he screwed up Omega. And yet people were harping on Chibnall. Ha ha ha! Oh, Chibnall was so evil. Chibnall was so miserable. Chibnall killed the show. No, he didn't. Yeah, there were some good episodes in there. I'm not going to lie, in the last two seasons. But like I said, both the finales were just, uh. Yeah, we need to go back to the golden age. We need to bring back RTD. Whoa, wait a minute. What the hell have we done? That's what, yeah, Chibnall was woke. Chibnall was DEI. Chibnall was this. In comes RTD. And as I said in that meme I made a long time ago, where I had Chibnall on one side saying, RTD, they said my stuff was too woke. And then what did I have RTD saying? Anybody? Hold my beer. Sadly, I was right. Yep, polish a turd, it's still a turd, as I say, yeah. I got to get going. I just looked at the time. I'm going to try to pop in on y'all tomorrow morning because I still have to get up to call off and all that. But I got like 2 doctor's appointments tomorrow, and that's why I won't be here working tomorrow. But so I'll try to pop in on you sometime tomorrow morning. Please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Monday, I know, but we'll get through it. Take care, everyone. Catch you all on the flip side.